Welcome back to the Misyk And Maat Sports Talk podcast.
Liam O'Brien extension, baby.
Cody's back, if you can't already tell. He is
Liam O'Brien's back.
Liam O'Brien. I don't know what is the Liam O'Brien contract. I don't know the Liam O'Brien extension.
1 sec.
Uno momento.
It might be league minimum.
It probably is. Liam O'Brien kind of sucks.
Oh no, was he injured? Oh shit, he is injured, and it. Oh, 775.
So
I think it might be 2 years.
Just over league minimum.
Oh my god, I can't believe I don't get to see him.
Oh, because that's
shit.
For people at home listening. What's happening, Cody?
I'm going to Calgary this weekend.
Again?
Yeah, again.
How long? When did you go to Calgary the first time?
End of November.
Holy shit, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
The end of March.
We don't know where else to go, and my mom's like, "You love the Flames, let's go to Calgary."
How long? So you're going to see a couple games?
Yotes Oilers. Might go to a WHL game, except it's against Swift Current, and that's kind of dust.
Still a fun game though. It's still the dub.
Yeah, and I'll get to sit lower bowl.
Yeah, that's the nice part about the WHL. What?
And the Yotes game, I'm sitting lower bowl.
Are you actually?
Yeah. Tickets are so expensive.
What? How expensive were they for the Yotes game?
It was at least over $150, over 200
for the Yotes game.
Oh yeah,
I wonder what the Oiler game would be.
It was like $500 for 2 tickets.
Well, I guess the Flames are also pretty good this year, so
it's good hockey.
But yeah,
it's rough and tough.
That's how we play.
Out in Toefield.
It's a Ryan quote. They play rough and tough in Toefield.
Yeah.
No, it's episode 23. Cody is back, but he's going to Calgary. So
and Michael Jordan number, baby, I think.
Yeah, Michael Jordan number. What if that might be the episode title? Unless we have a good bit in this episode, it might have to be Michael Jordan number. I feel like we have a few like podcast episodes where like it doesn't make sense unless you listen to it. Here's the thing, the solo ep I did for episode 22, I think I named that one Not So Radio Guy. So if you didn't listen, it just doesn't make sense.
Why did St. Louis get Nick Leddy?
That's the hard-hitting question that you want to start with?
Nick Leddy's bonds.
Hold on. After all the shit that happened, the Flames making so many moves, the Leafs make a pretty big move, Matt Chapman to the Jays, you want to start with Nick Leddy?
Because Nick Leddy is bonds.
They got paid a lot to get Nick Leddy.
Nick Leddy's bonds.
He's not horrible. Heard he's a good guy.
That's great.
Though, what was the trade again? I'll pull it up. I'm pretty sure it was off the top of my head.
I was looking at my phone, and the first post on Instagram was Leddy in a Blues jersey.
Off the top of my head, I'm going second round pick, because I think I know it. I think it's second round pick, Wallman and Sundqvist, and maybe a fourth.
I know the players were Wallman and Sundqvist. Oh, this is going to take forever to find it.
That's the one thing that sucks.
Right here.
Lay it on me.
No, that's just what he wants for the contract.
I was so close. Nick Leddy and Luke Witkowski. Do you remember Luke Witkowski?
Yeah.
Luke Witkowski, he's either a forward or defenseman, and I remember he played the opposite of whichever he is now.
He played against Calgary the time they played him this year.
Luke Witkowski, I believe Tampa Bay Lightning legend. He also kind of looks like a caveman. That's why I remember him. But it was Luke Witkowski and Nick Leddy for Jake Wallman, Oscar Sundqvist, and a second-round pick in 2023. That's one of the trades that we'll break down because it's Tuesday today.
I got to find all these trades.
It's the day after the trade deadline.
There's lots to talk about.
I think you wrote down in the show prep, it was the busiest day in trade deadline history.
I think.
Me too.
I saw a post on Instagram saying this was the busiest.
Was it from...
I think it was like either Puck Empire or NHL Breakers, so those are pretty reliable, I think.
I don't know if I trust... I don't know who NHL Breakers is, but not trying to diss If you don't follow Puck Empire on Instagram, you can if you want. I don't know if I trust Puck Empire because they kind of just report other people's news.
Did the Dadonov trade go through? Because here it says it did.
Well, Cody, we can break the Dadonov trade down in a little bit. Yeah, the Dadonov trade is
Ryan Kessler.
That's the one thing that's funny to listen to, is that in like you and me are talking to each other, but the people listening just hear me talking, and then they don't know that you're looking at your computer and like.
No, Florida's paying Max Domi.
Yeah, there was a 3-way deal, but I love because this happens all the time. Is we'll be talking and then you'll look at something on your computer and be like, huh?
Well, for everyone listening, I'm looking at my computer.
Well, it's funny to me because just whatever you see, you'll just say, you're like, oh, Ryan Kessler. Like, Max Domi?
Yeah, Panthers are paying him.
We'll talk about that 3-way deal because I don't think Max Domi's a very great player anymore, but...
Yeah, he's kind of a bum.
He's still a pretty okay player, I guess.
I think he could bounce back, but I didn't understand him going to Columbus in the first place.
Well, did he went there with the Josh Anderson trade?
It was 1-for-1.
Was it 1-for-1?
Yeah.
I know Josh Anderson had a down year when they traded him, but it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense why you would. Because didn't Domi have a down year too? Pretty sure he was
Josh
on. Josh
Anderson was like really bad.
Didn't he score like 2 goals that year?
Yeah.
Like I want to search
really
it up.
Bad. I can't believe Nick Merkley got traded.
Yeah, Arizona Coyote legend Nick Merkley got traded for Anthony Bitetto. And like when I was thinking about how we were going to do this show, I was like, oh, we won't discuss the small trades like Anthony Bitetto. Hey.
I used to really like Nick Merkley when he played in a dub.
Didn't he play for Kelowna?
Yeah.
Kelowna Rockets. Then he was a first-round pick, no?
Yep.
Wasn't he like late first?
Yep. I think he was like 30th overall.
He had to have been. It was around
late.
there. NHL trade checker. I just want to pull it up on my computer.
There's
so
so
I'm
much
not.
to talk about.
There is so much to talk about, and I think as people of the pod, you and me, our favorite teams. I'm a Leaf fan. You're a Flames fan / Yote fan. Why don't we break down our favorite teams trades first?
Ryan Carpenter, baby.
Okay, let's start with the Flames.
I guess if we start, we talked about Toffoli way back, but I guess Jan Croak.
Yeah, so Calgary acquired...
Your boy, Cali.
They
when Marchand Lynch was like, get your boy, Cali Jan Croak. First pick,
your boy, Cali Yarn. Didn't he call him like Yarn Croc?
Yeah, or something like that.
Because I don't think he pronounced his last name right. But
there's like Flames jerseys already. It's like number 91, and then the nameplate's boy.
Does there actually?
Yeah.
Was that like just like an edit, or was it from the Flames?
I'm assuming it was an edit.
Because I don't think the Flames would do that.
It's like boy.
Do you have the trade up?
It's loading.
Stupid internet.
It's taking forever.
To reiterate the point, Calgary made a couple moves. We talked about the Toffoli trade way a while back. If you want to listen to that, it's in episode.
I like that they made that trade early. Well, here we go, Jan Croak.
I think making trades early is kind of the way to go. But I don't think teams do it because a lot of teams don't know if they're selling or buying until closer to the trade deadline. Like I feel like in a perfect world, all the trades would be made a month before, like the Toffoli one.
I feel like that really worked out because like the playoff push is like just starting and he's already like.
Well, he's in the system.
Team.
Like
he's like almost a point per game.
I don't think Ryan Carpenter will make a huge.
Well, he replaces Lewis. So thank God.
Well, I don't think Ryan Carpenter will make a huge difference on the Flames.
Yeah, but Trevor Lewis sucks. No offense.
So does Ryan Carpenter, bro.
Yeah, but Carpenter's better.
That's debatable. I bet half the people.
Lewis.
I bet half the people listening to this don't know who Ryan Carpenter is.
Or Lewis.
I don't know. Lewis was on those Cup teams.
Oh yeah.
Cup champ, Trevor Lewis.
Yeah.
I think it was first round pick too. So the trade, Cody, give it to us. Calle Jarnkrok to the Flames for
a second, a third, a seventh, and half of his salary retained.
He only made $2 million.
That's a good contract.
Yeah, it was. I think he signed like a.
It was like a 6-year deal.
It was a long contract.
It's a good contract.
So he's only making $1 million with the Flames. It's kind of a hefty price to give up.
Yeah.
But if you're making a playoff push, and I think the Flames,
Because he could just be
You go.
Because he could just be a rental, isn't he?
Well, he's got a 1-year deal, and they haven't signed him yet. But I think if you're the Flames, I don't know the Flames roster as well as you, but I feel like the bottom 6 and especially like third line center was kind of a
dude. Their third line is Monge, Yarncroke. Oh,
Brett Ritchie.
No. Oh, what's his name?
Ryan Carpenter.
No, I think it's Coleman.
Blake.
So they changed up the lines. So second line was Dubé, Backlund, Kachuk.
To be fair, the Flames lines are weird with Daryl Sutter because didn't he have like Brett Ritchie on like the first line for a while?
That was last year, but that is true.
Brett Ritchie. Brett Ritchie scored his first goal of the season a couple days ago.
Yeah, now he's going to be scratched since they got Carpenter.
You don't know that, dude. Brett Ritchie always finds his way into the lineup.
Yeah, because Daryl. It's because he tries to throw ball. Yarncroke throws bod.
I just realized you're going to the Coyotes Flames game. Brett Ritchie better play because then it's the battle of the bros.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Brett versus Bacon.
That's awesome.
Brett versus Bacon. Who do you got?
Oh my gosh.
In a 1v1, who would you get? Brett versus Bacon. Baconator is Nick Ritchie, Leaf legend.
Well, Nick's been better on a yacht, so I'm taking Nick.
Dude, I don't know if there's a good option there.
Dude, but Nick at least has been getting points on the worst team.
I guess. But he's also got like goats to play with like Boyd, Louie, Little now, Ladd, Beagle, Roussel.
Yeah, but Brett's playing with Mon Shanahan.
Monahan.
On the fourth line for him.
Sean Monahan's on the fourth line?
Yeah.
He's getting traded this summer, right?
Ever since he got that surgery, man. It's been sad.
He's got to be getting traded. That's another interesting thing with Yarncroke is if they extend him, Monahan's got to be out the door.
Gone.
He has to be out the door. I don't know his contract. Is it a couple years left?
1.
After this?
Yep.
That would have been like the perfect player to move at the deadline, but I don't think you get the value you want for him. And I think just what he could do, I think it's more smarter to hold on to him, just to cross your fingers and hope.
And I feel like he's a big leader on the Flames. And he's been there so long. I think he deserves a chance to have like a good playoff run this year.
Wasn't he top 10 pick? 2013.
Maybe.
Pretty sure
he was good until his surgery. He was great.
We were
talking 80-point season.
We were talking.
Awesome.
We were talking about the fake Ken Holland Twitter. Also, Cody Misyk on Twitter now. We'll talk about that later.
Cody Misyk.
But I don't remember what it was called or if it's still active. But there used to be a fake Sean Monahan Twitter, and they do the same thing as the fucking fake Ken Holland and just tweet random shit. And it was pretty funny. I don't know if it's still a thing. I kind of hope it is. No, but he's got to be getting traded, especially if they extend Yarncroke. I don't know how they view their lineup because don't they have to sign up a whole lot of players this offseason? Mangiapane, Kachuk, now Yarncroke. I forgot about Johnny. I don't know who else. But I think there's a bunch of pretty big names they have to sign, so it only makes sense to trade Mon Shanahan himself.
I think they might be looking to trade Lucic or Backlund.
The thing is with Lucic, a.k.a. Lucic, is I think you could move him, especially because is it 1 year left or 2 after this?
1. Backlund's got 2 after.
I think
Lucic only has 1.
I think you could find a way to move that Lucic contract, because look at Arizona this year.
Dump it to Arizona.
Like, assuming they're in the same position as they were last summer, I think you can move they got Beagle, Roussel, and Eriksson.
On the yachts.
But the thing that sucks is all the guys like Eriksson, Roussel, and Beagle are going to be gone.
Yeah, sure, they got room for Lucic.
They technically do have. He's been pretty good this year. for
the
his
first
standards.
half. Second half, he's kind of been bad.
Well, it's
But he is on the fourth line, so we'll give it to him. He scored the other day.
okay. So Calgary has to re-sign Kachuk, Goudreau,
The bread man.
the Bread Man, Carpenter, Yarncroke, Richie Lewis. Half of those players will be gone. Zadorov, Goodbuttskin, Shillington, Stone,
Oh, yeah, Shillington.
and that's it. At least it looks like that's
And I
it.
bet I'm scared of what they're going to do to Nikita.
Here's
He's
the-
actually been pretty good lately, and I don't want him to give him a big deal.
He's the perfect Daryl player too.
I know.
Like
I
you
don't want him to give him a big deal.
I got a bad feeling he's coming back.
I'm okay with him coming back. I'm just worried what the deal is going to be. She also lit up Andre Kasha. That was pretty cool.
He did hit Akasha pretty hard. Akasha, who's hurt now, because he took an elbow to the head from Duchesne.
I saw that too.
Well, it wasn't dirty. I saw a lot of people crying on Twitter. Oh, fucking dirty! Elbowed him in the head. First of all, I'm the biggest Leaf fan ever. Kasha went to hit him, and then he ended up getting an accidental elbow. Not Duchesne's fault. Matt Duchesne, who's been on a revenge tour lately.
Been really good.
Yeah, I think he didn't he score between the legs last night.
Yep.
I didn't watch it, but I got a notification. It's like Matt Duchesne pulls off through the legs goal, and I was like, dude,
It was along the ice, but it was still between the legs.
anything counts.
He's been really good. If they had a bounce back award, it'd arguably be him.
I think that's something they should bring in. Like the NBA's got the most improved player. I think the NHL should do something like that. Because why not? Celebrate your players more. Yeah, Matt Duchesne this season, kind of off topic from the trade. Holy shit, dude. I didn't think it was this good. He's got 34 goals in 59 games and 66 points.
Yeah.
What's his pacing? Because 34 goals is a lot of goals. 34.
How many games are left? You'll probably easily be over 40 goal scorer.
I think he has to have missed some games because I haven't heard him.
Crap.
He's on pace for 47 goals over an 82 game season. He had to have missed games.
Matt
It looks
Duchesne.
like he's missed 4 games, but Matt Duchesne, he makes $8 million, and I know it's hard to say an $8 million player is underrated. Have you heard Matt Duchesne talked about at all?
Meh.
Like nothing.
Not really.
He's on pace for 47 over an 82
I
game
feel like
season.
Nashville's kind of a team that's overlooked. I think Nashville's a pretty good team.
I think Nashville is a team.
Well, thank you.
Well, I'm not disrespecting you. I'm disrespecting Nashville.
Well, I feel like a lot of their big guys have had bounce back years.
I don't think Nashville can create a lot of offense. I know everything I just said about Matt Duchesne proves that wrong, but I don't think they can score enough to succeed in the playoffs. I think they can defend like a motherfucker.
Forsberg.
Another player, we'll get back to the trade deadline, but staying on Nashville, Felipe Myers was put on waivers, and I didn't realize how Felipe Myers.
Yeah, did you know Rocco Grimaldi was too?
Really?
And I was like, the Flames pick him up.
No,
This was like a long time ago, and then he scored like 30 goals in the AHL.
I saw Felipe Myers got put on waivers. He was a good young right shot defenseman with Philly last year. Then they traded him in the 3-way Cody Glass, Nolan Patrick, Ryan Ellis trade to Nashville, and he's been garbage. And to get back onto the trade deadline, Ottawa, what the fuck are you doing? Did you see the Travis Hamonic trade?
Yeah.
They
Give
traded
up like a second-round pick for him.
They gave up a third-round pick for Travis Hamonic, who makes $3 million next season and is bad. And
Flames legend.
They could have had Felipe Myers for free for the same amount of years and less cap. He's also bad. Both of them are bad, but you gave him an asset for a guy who makes more and is potentially worse and older.
Still talking about waivers. Man, I'm pissed the Flames did not pick up Buddy Robinson the other day.
I didn't even know Buddy Robinson was on waivers, dude.
Yeah, but it's Buddy. Reunion with Johnny.
Buddy.
High school buddies.
Are they actually?
Yeah, they went to the same high school. I'm pretty sure that's why the Flames arguably got him the first time just because Johnny and him are like best friends.
Well, I don't know why the fuck he'd pick up Buddy Robinson
To
otherwise.
replace Brett.
Well, didn't
Brett
they
is
have Buddy
Buns.
before?
Yeah, but Brett is Buns.
Buddy Robinson plays for Anaheim, and I remember there was a Leaf-Anaheim game, and it was tied. I don't remember what it was, but it was
Buddy, get out there.
No, it was the final minute of the game. The Leafs went Tavares, Matthews, Marner, and the Ducks went the Buddy Robinson line. And for I don't know, it was like Buddy Robinson, Derek Grant, and somebody else. And I'm like, this is the matchup you want? I guess it worked because they didn't give up a goal and they went to OT. Leafs won in a shootout, I do believe. I remember John Gibson stood on his fucking head. I was pissed. Yeah, but I remember it was Buddy Robinson out in the final minute against the super line. And I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. We should wrap the Flames because that's what we always do. We kind of get off track. We only talked about
the thing other to talk about is Carpenter.
Carpenter? And is that the only move they made? Carpenter?
They made like a minor move like that.
We don't want to talk about Michael McNiven trade.
Yeah, that one for future considerations.
Michael McNiven, I believe, was kind of like goated in NHL 14 because he was one of those goalies who had a really high potential and he would be freaking sick.
Oh boy.
People listening at home are like, who the fuck's Michael McNiven? Exactly. He's not good. No, but Ryan Carpenter, we talked about this. Cody's pretty hyped about Carpenter, but I think he's not the best.
I'm just happy he'll replace Lewis, and that means Richie ain't playing.
That doesn't mean Richie ain't playing. It
Daryl.
It should, but it's Daryl. Daryl put him on the first line last year. And I'm not dissing Daryl. He's coaching a first place in a division team. But why the fuck you playing Brett Ritchie on the first line? Makes sense.
Last year was a messed up year, man. Oh, my God.
Last year, a whole lot of shit happened last year. Like, especially in the sports world. Like, if you think about where we are now compared to where we are last year, we worked together last year.
Cogliano got traded?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. Oh.
That's a pretty...
I said to my dad, I'm like, the Flames play Cogliano tonight, but I guess not.
Here's the thing. The reaction you just had to Andrew Cogliano getting traded is... it was pretty big. Andrew Cogliano just got traded? Oiler legend Andrew Cogliano. Here's the thing. I didn't even know Andrew Cogliano was still playing until like the start of the season.
Really?
I thought he was just done. And then I saw him on... Who was it? San Jose?
Yeah.
Who did he get? Colorado?
Yeah.
5th round pick?
Yeah.
Oh! I actually didn't know the pick. I just assumed late round pick. Oh, my God. Okay, I kind of got more hyped over the Cogliano trade, but not over Cogliano itself. It's me being a genius. Flames are wrapped. Yotes. What did they do, Cody? Because they made a few signings. And
Brian Little's
and
back.
Waiver claims. Brian Little's back.
Or here.
Oh, I was like, he played for the Flames?
Well, I guess
mean,
the Yotes used to be the Jets, so technically, but whatever.
Yeah, Brian Little's contract goes to Winnipeg. I don't know the full trade. I just know
Little and Nathan Smith for a 4th round pick.
Ooh, Nathan Smith. Who is Nathan? Why did they trade him? Why did Arizona give up a pick in this trade? Is Nathan Smith good?
Oh, yeah. 49 points in 34 games in the NCAA.
Ooh. They acquired
State.
a couple NCAA players. They
also got like Jack McBain.
Yeah,
That's actually sick.
Which I thought was weird because Jack McBain didn't want to sign with Minnesota, but he's like, I'll sign with Arizona. It's gotta be an opportunity thing.
He's gonna get to play. Minnesota's like stacked with prospects.
I guess I kind of forgot about like Rossi and everyone like that.
Beckman and
yeah, they got. I didn't think about that, but they got a couple NCAA. I don't know who Nathan Smith is. Not to diss Nathan Smith.
I don't know. He actually looks pretty good stats wise.
I'd assume that he's got some potential because then it wouldn't make sense for Arizona to give him that pick. They also traded Johan to Washington.
Johan's actually not that bad for like 4th, 3rd liner.
3rd round pick's a pretty good return.
I know. Thank you to Kapsch.
obviously Jack McBain, second round pick goes to Minnesota. This kind of reminds me of, that's the one thing I really don't love is when NCAA free agents don't wanna sign. Same thing happened with Norris winner Adam Fox in the Flames.
That was stupid.
And he also did it to the Hurricanes. But that, if you look back, we've talked about this before, but if you look back at that trade, it's like Dougie Hamilton, potential Norris winner, Adam Fox, Norris winner, and it's like Michael Furland. But I feel like the Flames' return gets better and better every year.
I was just going to say, I feel like that was a really good trade for Calgary.
Adam Fox is pretty good.
He wasn't going to play for Calgary.
Still a Norris winning D-man.
Wasn't going to play for Calgary.
We give him money.
He wasn't going to play for Calgary.
Well,
why are you going to pay him when he hadn't played yet?
Why not? If you want him to play.
Yeah, but then if he sucks, you just look stupid.
1 year deal.
And Lindholm and Hannafin are awesome.
They paid Goodbuckskin $3 million. I almost said $8 million.
Goodbuckskin's not been that bad.
It's Goodbuckskin. How much are they paying Lewis?
I don't even know if he's making $1 million.
Oh, I thought it was more. Trevor Lewis, shout out. No, but Arizona made a few trades. The Wedgwood trade, they got a conditional fourth. They signed Vajamelka. I don't remember. I don't know what I know it's a 3-year deal.
Like 2.75.
It's not bad. Here's the thing with goalies is you really have to.
And Riley Nash.
Future considerations back to the Yotes.
He's gone.
Leaf legend Riley Nash. He didn't play a single regular season game.
No,
only like the 2 playoff games. No, but the thing about, what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, the thing about signing a goalie, like they signed Vajamelka, obviously, to a 3-year deal, $275. That's reported source Cody. I know it's under 3. You're the source. You just broke that news.
Thanks.
Thank you, world. Thanks, everyone. Cody breaks the Vajamelka signing. Could you imagine if we actually broke news on this pod?
That'd be pretty cool.
Here's the thing. I don't think we ever could because we'd break it here, but it wouldn't go up for like another day. So people would already know. We'd be like, I'm hearing Vajamelka 3-year extension. Then the next day people are like, okay, cool. We knew that 24 hours ago. No, but the thing with goalies is you have to really you have something that you want to.
We got breaking news.
Can I finish?
Sure.
The Vajamelka. Vajamelka talk. The thing about, I've tried to say this 4 times. Thing about signing a goalie is you never know if they're going to repeat the success. So I think keeping the number low, especially for a Darren Ferris client, also Taylor Hall's agent, Mitch Marner's agent. I'm surprised he didn't hold out till training camp. I think it's fine. Just under 3-year deal.
I think he's a good goalie.
He's got to repeat the success. Give us your breaking news.
Jays have interest in Brett Gardner.
That's what you wanted to stop. That's what's for fucking Brett Gardner?
Yep.
Breaking.
I used to be my mom's favorite player.
I don't like Brett Gardner.
Neither do I.
Not because
that time he threw that fit and walked out of the dugout in Toronto and Tegan was at that game.
Who's Tegan for people who don't know?
Oh, Tegan Ottenbright, Breland's little brother.
Have we ever talked about Breland on the show?
Yes.
We have a Breland story. Well, Cody has a Breland story at the Oil King game to tell. And I wasn't at the game, so I can't tell the story.
He was on a Jumbotron winning WWE tickets.
Did he get any of them right?
Yes, because people helped.
You know what? I'll give it to him. He technically got some right. Congratulations, Breland. I wonder who's bringing to WWE.
I don't know. It was 2 tickets 3 days after my birthday.
So if he doesn't bring you, he's a dick?
I never said that, but I'll kind of be like, what the fuck?
Breland, if you're listening, you better bring Cody.
You legit, don't have to give me a gift then. Just be like, you want to come?
Here's the thing. I don't really care about the WWE, but I feel like
I feel like it'd be cool to watch people punch each other.
That's exactly what I feel like the atmosphere at a WWE event
people
is.
Getting hyped, and I'm like,
You're like, ah! Like, where's John Cena? What were we talking? Oh yeah, Brett Gardner. I don't like Brett Gardner. Like, I've never met him, but like, he just seems like a mean guy.
He's got that bald head too.
You don't like the bald head? Smack your head
on Brett.
I also don't understand the interest in Brett Gardner, because they got Gurriel, Hernandez, Grichuk,
Springer and Grichuk.
Springer.
Why would you sign Gardner?
And like, it's like, oh, for DH. No. Who would be their DH? Because their infield's looking like Chapman, who we'll talk about.
The odd man outfielder out.
Probably Teoscar, because not to diss Teo, but he
kind of bad in the field.
Horrible. He looks like me out
Randall's
there, and I'm
awesome
fat.
In the field.
Randall's a good fielder. Springer's a good fielder. Gurriel's a bad fielder, but he's got a cannon.
Yeah, and Teo. Yeah.
Teo is just
Teo.
He's there. When did Malik Smith? Is that
He used to be one of my favorite players.
Isn't he a Blue Jay?
Yeah.
Was that
he missed a couple fly balls the other day.
So that's this season.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, when it went on pause, I was like, oh, none of this is real. So I was like, is Malik Smith a Blue Jay now, or was he a trade deadline pickup? I think I got him confused with Gerard Dyson.
I like Dyson too.
They're the same player, but Smith is younger.
Yeah. And Dyson's better.
Gerard Dyson's kind of bad. He used to be good.
So was
Malik Smith had that 1 year in Tampa, and then I think he got traded in the
steals.
I think he got traded in the Mike Zunino trade, the Big Z.
The guy who it's like 204, but hits like 30 plus bombs.
He's one of those players. Like
he's Rowdy.
Didn't Rowdy play pretty good when he got traded?
I kind of miss Rowdy.
I don't think they need Rowdy.
I just like him because that picture where he's like with the water bottle.
Yeah, his mouth is open. He's like, ah.
He's like, that picture's so funny. That picture makes me laugh.
Remember? Yeah, because that's when they hit a walk-off and
he's like,
ah!
Rowdy.
Remember when they had Daniel Vogelback for like a day?
Yep.
And then we're trading you. They traded like assets to get Daniel Vogelback, and then they got rid of him like immediately.
Didn't they get like Axford, and then he never played?
For Vogelback?
No, in a different. Like this was different.
Yeah, they got Axford, and then it was weird because John Axford went from a Sportsnet commentator to a minor league deal with the Jays, and then they traded him to Milwaukee. Because I remember it's like they signed 44-year-old John Axford. That's not going to help the bullpen. I'm actually really we'll get back to the trade deadline later because we kind of just go off on whatever and get distracted. So we'll finish the trade deadline in a bit because I want to talk about some baseball because I also want to talk about the Giordano trade because he's a Flames
and Johnny
legend.
Hockey just sniped.
Congratulations. Who they playing? Colorado?
San Jose?
Second guess.
Well, yeah, you guessed Cogliano's teams.
Yeah, that's how I knew, because you're like, they're playing Cogs tonight.
I'm like, never mind.
I like how your marquee matchup is Flames versus Cogliano. Like, it's not the good players.
Flames versus Noah Gregor.
Goal scorer Noah Gregor.
I saw Noah Gregor snipe in the conference. What was it? The conference final against the Oil Kings.
We got to go to Oil Kings playoff games.
Yeah.
But back on...
But they're going to be more expensive, though. That's the thing.
Show it's a playoff game. Especially if they make it deep. I want to be there.
Me too.
We
could split a playoff pass. Or package.
We could. We can talk about that after. Let's actually do playoff pass discussion on the pod. I'm like, I'll go 50, you go 50. I'm like, you going to order or me?
Well, obviously, we go 50-50.
I'm like, you go 80, I go 20.
Yeah,
perfect.
No, it's going to be more expensive than that.
I'm talking percent.
Oh, brother.
No, but back to baseball. Cody.
Sorry, I was scrolling through baseball transactions and I saw Michael Pineda. Do you remember that video of him hitting? And then they threw it
Yes.
to first. He wasn't even in the frame.
Michael, not to like, I'm a big guy too, but Michael Pineda's a big guy and he does not move quick.
So slow.
Because I think that video he hit like a weak chop or two. Like, it wasn't even hard hit. Like, it was a weak one, and you'd think, oh, this is gonna be a close play, and then they throw it in the camera. He's not even in frame.
And you're like,
I'm like, oh, he beat it out. He's all the way down the line already. And then you see him like jogging. He's like, oh. Michael Pineda once got busted for using pine tar or something. It was one of the.
Michael.
It was with the Yankees, and he had this big greasy like patch on his neck, I believe. And they're like, what's that? And he's like, sweating. I don't know.
Michael, he's like, I'm sweating.
I don't know if he said that. I'm just guessing. What was the Michael Pineda news? Did he sign?
He signed 1-year deal with Detroit, 5.5 mil.
For Pineda?
It's Detroit.
Yeah, but it's Pineda.
Yeah, but it's the Tigers.
Who did they bring in? Baez and
Oh yeah, I forgot about Javi.
your former favorite player.
I don't like Javi anymore.
I want to talk more about the Jays because we haven't really talked about the match.
Let's go Blue Jays.
Boom, 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 boom.
I was at Sports Closet today and I bought this shirt and a Vladdy thingy. I forget what it's called. Those, like,
Bobblehead?
little action figures. Not a bobblehead.
Oh, a doll.
No.
What's the
The Gordon Bombay thing I got.
the
you and
one with the
Ryan
big
with-
fucking heads?
Yeah. What are those things called?
I don't remember what they're called. I think they're called Funko Pops.
Yeah, I got a Vladdy one of those. And the guy, when he was putting the thing in a bag, he was like, it's going to be a good year this year. And I was like, heck yeah. Now that they got Chapman, he's like, oh, dude, the infield is set.
See, now that I work in like customer service, I can relate to those conversations. They're not my favorite.
They're just set. I'm like,
They are. You're like, yeah, they are.
Kikuchi time.
Yeah, let's. I think I talked a little bit about UC last episode. But what do you think about the UC Kikuchi signing? Because he was one of the options that we brought up as a potential player that they can get.
Kikuchi.
Yeah,
I
all-star.
like the way he his pitch delivery. That's kind of a weird thing to like, but I do.
You're like, that's why. I think he's the perfect player. I'll reiterate the point that I made last episode and like probably like 12 episodes before. Like, this is a long time ago that we talked about this, but I feel like UC Kikuchi is the perfect like 4-5 guy. Like, you're not going to ask him to be your ace or anything like that, but I feel like he's perfect to eat up those 4-5 starts. Because who did they got? Jose Barrios, Manoah, Ryu, Kikuchi, Gosman. Filthy.
Good 5, man.
Like, I know they lost Robbie Ray, who obviously fat ass and and a Cy Young award. Yeah, I'm not calling him fat. I say he's got cake.
You're like, fat ass.
He does. He's got the tight pants too.
But yeah, if Kevin Gosman can repeat what he did last year, that's an insane 5 rotation.
Actually, I also really like the way Kevin Gosman pitches. Like, I've always been a fan of sinker ball pitchers.
I like his flow.
Yeah, like, I love Kikuchi's pitching style. I love Gosman's flow, and that's why the Blue Jays are the real deal.
Yep.
No,
What
but
about Chapman? They're set.
They are set.
Actually, kind of are set.
I
They got a pretty good team.
I think they need to add a little bit more because the also has to think they lost a MVP candidate and a Cy Young winner.
Yeah, but they got Chapman.
Chapman's great.
A full year of Alejandro.
I don't trust Kirk as much as other people do.
I like Kirk.
You know what? Also, I kind of take back what I said because they also get a full year of Barrios,
Yeah.
assuming he can pitch well.
And they got Kikuchi.
Kikuchi was on and off last year, though. Like, first half he was.
Why is he so negative?
I'm not negative. You got to play both sides.
Yeah, but you got to get hyped.
Don't get me wrong. I'm friggin' hyped. But Kikuchi was also really bad the second half. And it's got to be something you think about. Is he going to play first half Kikuchi or second half Kikuchi? You hope for the first one. But you never know.
No.
And I think the Chapman deal is pretty redonk. I know a lot of people.
Not Kirby Schneed.
What was the full deal? Kirby Schneed.
Kevin Smith.
Oh, no. I think Kevin Smith's a pretty good prospect.
And like 2 others, I think.
I
kind of want a Chapman jersey.
Get one.
Once I get a job again.
Yeah, Cody, lazy bum. Not like me, though, who works the movie theater job. When do you, so you want to get the Chapman for your next jersey? Is that like
maybe
next?
It's not a for sure.
Are you talking next baseball jersey or just jersey in general?
Probably next jersey. I don't know what other hockey jersey I need.
The Leafs just released new jerseys today.
Yeah, it's kind of dust.
I think they're pretty cool.
I think it's cool.
I wouldn't
go inside out in that.
I think they're pretty cool, and that might be the next jersey purchase because I think it's a cool collector item. They partnered with Justin Bieber to make a collab jersey, which is pretty cool.
The yellow one kind of yuck.
Well, I think it's a cool jersey, but I think it would look disgusting on ice.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a cool concept. I just don't think it would be nice on ice. I think Chapman's a good jersey purchase. He'll go along with your Ryan Goins. Is that what you have on right now?
One. No, Bichette. And I got a Tulowitzki.
Dude, those are not great jerseys. The Bichette one's cool. I don't get the Ryan Goins one.
Because I liked Ryan Goins. What do you mean you don't get it?
It's Ryan Goins.
Yeah, I loved Ryan Goins when he played for the Jays. Ryan Goins was awesome.
To be fair, I have a Kevin Pillar jersey. And a D. Gordon jersey. D. Gordon's pretty sick. D. Strange Gordon now. He changed his name.
I'll never...
We talked at the same time. I was waiting for you to go.
I'll never forget in the playoffs when Ryan Goins had that like game of his life.
When he saved that run?
I think so, where he made like 2 or 3 sick fielding plays and then hit a bomb.
Was it Ryan Goins who the guy was off the bag and he tagged him and he was
it was Todd Frazier and he was like
Todd Old Man Frazier.
Yeah, Todd the bomb.
No, but I think a lot of people wanted Freddie Freeman. I don't think that was realistic. Freddie Freeman, L.A. Dodger.
I don't know if I would have understood that with the Jays because they got Vlad.
Vlad can play third and DH.
Oh, I don't want Vlad at third though.
DH.
Yeah, but you want Vlad in the field.
Do you want Vlad in the field? If you get Freddie Freeman, I don't mind putting Vlad at DH, bro.
Okay, Vlad should be in the field, but
also
I guess you don't need him there.
I don't think the Freddie Freeman fit ever made a whole lot of sense. The Dodgers
Chapman
get stronger.
does,
yeah, the Chapman one's pretty good. Because who was going to play third before Espinal? Not to diss Espinal, but I think he's probably their leading second baseman. Because didn't Biggio get hurt again?
He was playing today.
Never mind. I think it's a toss-up between Biggio and Espinal, but based on last year, like, it sucks for Biggio, but, like...
When Espinal made that sick barehand catch to end the game, and Bo was like...
Wasn't that right after they made the Barrios trade? I think that was the first game. No, that was the first game they went back to Rogers.
Yeah.
Because I remember...
I was against Kansas City.
That's why I love baseball.
So do I.
I'm so fired up. We're also... we might be on the same baseball team this year.
If we're not, I don't know if I'm going to play.
You already signed up.
Yeah, you just drop out.
Would you get your money back?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll probably still play.
If they don't put me on the team I want them.
I'd probably still play because I love baseball, and it's our final year.
I guess.
So you're never going to get to play again. Unless you play like a men's
Breland
league.
might be playing.
I thought he wasn't.
He keeps changing his mind.
Here's the thing. Breland says, I'm going to sign up. And then he goes, I didn't sign up.
I'm just playing ball hockey. But then he's like, I'm going to sign up. So if he is on the other team and I get put on the other team, then I will probably still play. But
we'll see.
I want to be a pirate.
Yeah, me and Hoomp were pirates last year, and we killed it.
It was a jumbo shrimp.
Aren't the jumbo shrimp a AA team?
Yeah, but our jersey said Archers.
I don't get why you guys are like, we're the jumbo shrimp.
No,
and it's like
that was
Archer.
our coach. That wasn't even us. That was our coach.
The coach who called me classless. Liss.
He's like, who is that? And I'm like, oh, it's Ethan Matt. And he's like, buddy's got 2 first names.
To put this into full...
I'm like, he's my best friend. He's like...
To put this in full story, our first game, I was chirping Cody the whole game.
Yeah, to be fair, he would not shut up.
I thought it was pretty funny. Cody didn't like it that much.
It was funny the first 2 innings, but we're sitting there in the 6th inning. We're down by like 4 runs. And
You
he's
guys
still
were
beaking.
Of course, that's how you play. Then if we're on the same team this year, we can do it together.
Our pitcher drilled you in the head when you got back, and I laughed.
Yeah,
then I lost my hat.
They tried to pick me off at second. He hit me in the head. I don't think that was on purpose. Could you imagine just you next time? The funny thing is there was the first game they tried to pick me off, hit me in the head. And the second game they tried to pick me off, hit me in the butt, and it bruised my butt.
And then Breland gave you a 3 stolen base, and I was mad.
Yeah, that was it was one of the last games, and I was on first. Cody was pitching. He just walked me.
It was a full count.
That was a long AB.
Yeah.
And then Breland was like, Ethan, steal, Ethan, steal.
Yeah, we're playing a game and Breland's yelling at the other player. He's like, steal.
And I stole and he never threw it.
And I was like...
That was funny because he never threw it.
I'm like, why'd you tell him to steal if you're not going to try and get him out?
I don't know.
And then I struck Koomp out on 3 pitches and he's like...
Yeah, it was set up for another pitch.
I'm like, Ryan, you're out. And he's like, huh?
He's like, I'm not. He's like, what do you mean?
I'm just like, that's strike 3.
Well, what happened was it was a foul tip caught, and he didn't know, and he was like, okay.
Yeah,
he got fouled that.
Ryan doesn't know.
To be fair, that was his first year ever, and I think that's the first time he's ever encountered a foul tip caught strike 3, and he's like, I fouled that off. Here we go. No, but yeah. I was just chirping Cody's team the whole time, and then at the end of the game, I don't remember who your coach said it to. It might have been my coach or maybe you guys, but he called me. He's like, that 14 is classless. And I went, you damn right, baby. It's funny because we got new jerseys like the next game, so I was no longer 14. It was a different guy on my team. I'm like, yeah, 14's so classless. Me wearing 38, like, yeah, 14's so classless. That was awesome. If we're on the same team, we can chirp together.
I'm not chirping.
Why?
I don't know. What am I going to say?
I don't know. That's the fun part. My favorite part about chirping is not the chirping part. It's just it's fun.
That makes no sense.
What do you? You never chirped in hockey?
No.
Really? Who's that?
I wasn't that type of player.
I'm that type of player.
I know you are.
I think it's awesome.
Not everyone's like that. I was never a guy who run in your mouth.
See, that's why
I was a playmaker.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When your teammates are someone who's running their mouth, then you start running your mouth. It rubs off on the whole team.
Where are we, boys? We're in Texas.
We're in Texas, boys. No, but it rubs off on the whole team. We're a team of bad boys at the Pirates.
The guy will hit like a triple. I'll be playing third. I'll be like, you fucking suck.
Fuck you. The guy hits an inside the park home run. I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, you're so bad. I'm like, you are bad.
I'm like, you're bad.
He's like, I just hit a home run. I'm like, 1 run.
I don't care.
Oh, you got 1 run? Oh.
I'm like, it's Ethan Matt on the mound, not Chris Sale. No offense to Ethan.
I taught you the dirty
When
curve.
Breland at the Oil King game, he's like, if I pay you $5, will you throw me a meatball? And I'm like, sure.
Okay.
If he does pay me $5, I'll throw him a meatball.
If he gives any of us $5 before the game, I'll give him an underhand toss, but I'll only give him 1. If you can't hit it, that's on you.
Yeah.
But if like
our coach will be like,
I'm like, I have to change up. You ever heard of the dirty curve? I pitched 1 time last season, and it's because we had 2 little pitchers, and they're like, okay, we got to put someone in. And my coach was watching this one guy, and he couldn't find the zone, so he's like, okay, Ethan, get up here. And I was pitching just normally, and then I was like, hey, coach, you want to see the dirty curve? And he's like, sure. And I threw the, quote, dirty curve, and I'm not going to lie, it was the best curveball I've ever thrown. Like, it was tight. It dipped down. It looked like it was like actually like fucking sick. And I was like you should have seen my coach's face. He was like, and then you look at me and I'm like, because even I was like, I can't fucking do that. I'm like, how the fuck did I do that shit? Like, since when? No, I'll never forget, because then he put me in and I gave up 0 runs, but I walked the bases loaded. 0 runs though, and we were only up by 1 run in that inning too.
Jeez.
To be fair, the ump was kind of booty because some dude leaned into a pitch and he was like, "That's a hit by pitch," and I was like, he leaned into it. Like, I threw the curveball.
That happened to me once.
No, I threw the curveball and it was coming down, and he tried to duck, but he ducked and it hit him, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, he literally, that's what he ducked in. I was like, wait, hey, what the fuck?
Because there was one game I pitched where I pitched one that was kind of up and in, and he easily could have got out of the way, but the kid took it and was like, and the ump was like, you stay there.
Once I got hit, but I legitimately tried to get out of the way, and the ump went, no, not strike.
That happened to one guy on our team. He got hit in the head while trying to get out of the way, and he's like, no, you leaned into it. And I'm like, hit him in the head, and I'm like.
That time that our teams played, and it was a clear swinging strike, and our catcher pointed down to the base ump, and the base ump didn't realize he pointed at the base ump, and the base ump looked behind him like, huh? And we were like, yeah, I make the call, and he's like,
that was so
no
funny.
Swing.
He's like, no swing, and I looked at whoever was beside me, and I'm like, that was a clear swing.
And like, I was at first base, so I had a pretty clear like line to it, so I saw he went around and he held up a little bit, but it was a strike, and we look at the ump and all I see is the ump looking around like, huh? And I'm like, wow.
I remember everyone in the stand started laughing, and I'm like, I kind of feel bad for the guy.
Well, I kind of felt because because they're like just like teenagers like us.
Yeah.
Other than that one plate ump who's kind of like an old man, but they're just pretty much teens like us. And I was thinking like, how you like looking around like, what's going on? What fucking point at me?
Oh my god, the Doobs.
They score.
Yeah, the Doobs.
2-0.
Yeah, the Doobs.
Flames up. 2-0.
Oh, it's 2-1.
Oh, 2-1.
Mark Edward Vlasic. Second goal of the year.
Do you want to wrap baseball?
Sure.
Do you have any closing thoughts?
Adam Conley retired.
Oh, no. Not Adam Conley. Joe Biagini is back.
And Greg.
Greg Bird? Was he ever a Blue Jay?
No.
Then why are you saying it? Why are you lumping him in with Joe?
Well, he's back in the league. He hasn't been in the league for a while. He might be in AAA, but I don't know.
Greg Bird, Yankee legend. No, but Joe, my former favorite player, Biagini, is back. I really liked him in his rookie season.
Didn't he have one insane season?
That was his rookie year.
Yeah.
He was ridiculous, and then the next year they went, we're going to try you at starter, and it's like 6 ERA. When he got traded, and he was like, I'm just happy to be going to an American team.
Yeah.
He's like, I was hoping to be going to an American team.
I once sent that to Ethan, and he didn't reply.
When was that?
I think like a week or two ago. Because you sent me the Biagini signing, and I'm like, I replied, I liked it, and I was like, I was hoping to go to an American team, and then you never like acknowledged it, and I was like,
I thought I said LOL, because I remember reading that, and I went, heh.
I'll pull it up right now.
Pull it up, Cody.
Oh my god, and Brad Hand.
Where did Brad Hand go?
Yeah, see right there, you didn't even like it.
Oh, I must have not have seen it.
That's not very nice.
Oh, Cody, it's okay. You'll get over it.
Maybe.
It's like 5 years later. It's like one of us is getting married, and I'm like, do you want to be in my wedding party? And you're like, fuck no.
You didn't like my Giabini text.
Giabini?
Or Biagini.
You're like, you didn't like my Joe Biagini.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
I was like, who?
Giabini.
Well, there's not a whole lot to talk about with the Jays. Spring training's underway. I think they won today.
They did 9-2.
Let's
training
go.
kind of boring.
No, I don't give a fuck about spring training.
Yeah, spring training pretty boring.
I'm like, let's get to the real stuff. NHL trade deadline. Hate to go back to it, but the Toronto Maple Leafs made a pretty good trade, in my opinion. They acquired former Flame captain Mark Giordano. I think he's 37, and I actually really like Colin Blackwell. They call him Blackwell for 2 seconds and a fourth. Maybe it's a third. I don't think it's a bad trade, especially
2 seconds and a third.
I think that's a pretty good price, especially looking at how Florida paid more for a worse defenseman. And I think it's arguable that Hampus Lindholm is worse because people look at Hampus Lindholm and he's like, oh, he's got a pretty good overall in NHL 22. Hampus Lindholm's not very good. Not to diss Hampus Lindholm because I'm sure he's a great guy and he's an okay player. But, dude, what did they pay, like 2 seconds and a first for Hampus Lindholm?
Yeah, that was a bad trade.
Like that, and then they signed him to an 8-year extension, which will take him to
really bad.
36 years old.
That is so bad, man.
Hey, when Hampus Lindholm's 36, he can be traded like Mark Giordano did.
Anaheim won that trade, man. Oh my
Hands
goodness.
down.
A first 2 seconds, a John Moore, and then a prospect in Vakanainen.
I forgot. Vakanainen's kind of like he's in like the no man's land between prospect and NHL bust.
Yeah.
Like I think he's like 23, 24. But like I think he was a second round pick, so you're basically paying 3 seconds, John Moore's contract, and a first for Hampus Lindholm, who is a okay player. I don't want him playing in my above top 4. Yeah. I think it's arguable that he is in your top 4. I think Hampus Lindholm's kind of a shitty defenseman. And people are like, oh, he's on Anaheim, though. There's other defensemen in Anaheim succeeding, so it shouldn't be an excuse for Hampus Lindholm.
Drysdale.
Shout out Jamie. I guess if Lindholm's playing with someone like McAvoy, maybe it's conceivable that he plays better. But too many years, too big of a price. Same with the Ben Sherratt trade, which is probably...
Oh, fuck.
Florida's made a whole fuck ton of moves.
I will admit the Sherratt trade was at least decent in the fact that Ekblad got hurt. I know Sherratt doesn't replace Ekblad, but...
Well, that's why they made the Robert Hagg trade.
Oh, yay, Robert.
Like, I actually don't mind Robert Hagg, and I think they got him for like a 5th-round pick. But the Ben Sherratt trade, Ben Sherratt is a horrible defenseman.
Gave up a first for Ben Sherratt.
And didn't they give up a prospect too?
Yep, and a 4th.
They got first, a prospect, and a 4th for Ben Sherratt. And depending who you ask, I feel like 95% of the people who you do ask will tell you Ben Sherratt is a horrible defenseman.
Yeah.
He hits a lot. He's pretty physical. Scored 2 goals against the Flames that one time.
Yeah.
And the OT winner.
I was listening to that on the way home from my accounting class, and I was like, fuck.
No, when I saw Ben Sherratt score the OT winner, I was like, oh, Ben Sherratt goal, and it's like his second of the game, and I was like...
And you're like, OT winner, and you're like...
I was like, why the fuck is Ben Sherratt out in OT? Who put a forward out there? I guess I shouldn't make fun of it because it worked. No, but Ben Sherratt, he hits a lot. He's really physical.
Rough and tough.
That's not worth a prospect 1st and 4th.
No.
He's maybe your top 6 pairing. And that's how people want to look at it. They're like, well, he was playing top pairing minutes in Montreal. That's why he was so bad.
Montreal is bad.
And you want to know one of the reasons why they're bad is because they have Ben Sherratt in their top 2. It's like, well, Weber's not there. Ben Sherratt was still bad but he was still bad when Weber was there.
Yeah.
Like it was masked a little bit more. But Ben Sherratt's going to score the cup-winning goal. Because every time I seem to say something on this show, the opposite happens. Like when I was like, Milwaukee, World Series bound. Then they lost Didn't
they get swept?
I don't know if they got swept, but they definitely lost, and then Atlanta went on to win the World Series.
Yep.
And then I was like, Atlanta's getting smoked by Houston, right?
Yeah, I think we both said that, and we were depressed, and then Atlanta won, and we were like, oh, it's pretty cool.
I remember when Atlanta won because it was a me, Hump, and Mucky episode, and the game was on while we were recording, and then we finished everything, and I went, looks like they're in the 9th inning, or not in the 9th, I think they were somewhere. They were pretty close to the end, and I'm like, I'll leave it on just in case Atlanta wins. And then we went to the washroom, we got a snack and whatever, and I check it. It's like, breaking news, Atlanta Braves won the World Series. So we went back on the pod. I'm like, Atlanta won.
Oh, man.
No, but he's going to score the cup-winning goal. Maybe if I say that, he won't. It wasn't a great trade. They also got Claude Giroux, which I think was a immaculate steal by Florida. But it's also like Philly couldn't get the full amount because that's where he wanted to go. Claude Giroux had a no-trade clause, or was it 10-team or whatever. He had one of the two, and he got to pick where he went, and he wanted Philly. And I think he played his 1,000th game with Philly, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think he was the first player to play all 1,000 games with one team, which I think I'm kind of surprised it hasn't happened before. No, but that trade, I think, was a first. Owen Tippett and something else. A third. And they got, I think Philly sent like a couple shitty busts, like Connor Bunneman, and I think German Rupstov. Yep. German Rupstov was a first-round pick.
And a fifth.
That's that makes up for the Ben Sherratt trade. Interesting thing about Florida, they give up 2 first-round picks this trade deadline. They also traded their first-round pick to Buffalo for Sam Reinhart. So it looks like the next 3 years, no first-round picks. And that's interesting because the Ben Sherratt one's not protected, and it only takes a couple injuries to fall off. And like I know Florida's really good, and it's more likely than not that they're not going to fall off. But trading an unprotected pick seems a little wild, especially after what happened with Ottawa and what happened with San Jose. Because that was...
Oh, yeah, didn't something happen with Erik Karlsson?
That was Tim Stutzle's pick.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were like, we'll give you a first for Erik Karlsson, and it was like 2 firsts. Josh Norris, too.
Yep.
The more you look at that trade in hindsight, Ottawa won that trade.
Yeah, I know.
Norris, Stutzel, and there's more. Rudolph Balcers.
He now plays...
in San Jose.
Yeah.
You went back. No, but if you... It's a ballsy move, and I think it's a little less ballsy because you're Florida. I think if you just bank on being good if you're Florida, then you're probably fine. But you're one injury away. Like Montreal made it to the Cup Finals. I've made the point on this show multiple times that I never thought Montreal was a very good team before that, and but they made it to the Cup Finals. You can't really disregard that. And look at them now. In the Shane Wright running, I kind of burped there. In the Shane Wright running. Right. Of course, but they traded Carter Hutton, Cody.
Yeah, shit, he was their tank.
I think the Leafs loaned him back to Arizona. I don't think he's played.
Sorry.
Now they have Harry Satari, or Satari. Should we talk about that?
It doesn't really matter.
Well, I don't really care about Harry Satari, but I do think it's an interesting point to discuss the waivers.
Okay, Arizona kind of screwed over the Leafs.
So what happened? Harry Satari, he's been amazing in the KHL. He won a gold medal with Finland as their starting goalie. And he signed a 1-year, $750,000 deal with the Leafs. And when you sign a midseason deal, you have to go through waivers to play. This also happened a long time ago with Evgeny Nabokov, who signed with Detroit, I want to say. And then he was like, they were like, Islanders are like, I'm claiming you. And I think it's ridiculous and stupid. Like I'm not gonna die on the Harry Satari hill, but I think as players, if you want to sign with a team, you shouldn't have to be forced to go play in Arizona. Not dissing Arizona, but like
DG's
gonna be playing in front of 3,000 fans next year.
Heck yeah!
I think that would actually be really cool to go see. Like I know being in an arena with only 3,000 seats-ish is pretty small, but I think you can pack that fucking barn.
Yeah.
Like, Arizona's going to sell out games just by it being so small, and I think that arena's going to be rocking.
That's sick.
If you get a passionate 3,000, I think that's going to be dope as fuck. Mm-hmm. No, but what do you think about the waiver wire debacle?
I think it's stupid.
Me too. I think you shouldn't be able to... I think waivers should be a thing because waivers is in place so players can play in the NHL. That's why waivers is a thing. But if you're a player like Harry Satari who goes, I want to play with the Leafs, you shouldn't be a Arizona Coyote less than 24 hours later Peter Mrazek also got placed on waivers, and I saw some guy on Twitter after Scott Wedgwood got traded. I love Twitter. I don't know if I mentioned that on the show.
Even follow me.
No, I haven't been on my phone, Cody. I love Twitter though. Yeah, but I wasn't on Twitter. I don't have Twitter notifications. What do you think? I'm a madman. I'm not crazy. I actually have one Twitter notification. It's for fake Ken Holland because I think his tweets are funny.
Oh my gosh.
No, but I saw some guy tweet. He's like, now that Wedgwood's gone, it's pretty clear the Yotes are going for Peter Mrazek. He's like, they have all the cap in the world and they need a goalie next year. And then a couple hours later, it's like Arizona claims Harry Satari. Then I look at that guy's Twitter. It's like, fuck. I thought that was pretty funny. I think the waivers thing is stupid, and it should be something that they change.
Yeah, me too.
Leafs get Gio.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about that? TJ Brody and Mark Giordano reunited. Flames legend Mark Giordano. He's the captain. Did you want him to come back to the Flames?
No, we don't have to, but...
No, but like sentimentally, were you thinking, I want this guy back on my team?
Maybe in the off season.
You didn't want him at all for the playoff run?
Not for the asking price. Didn't they originally want a first for Gio?
It's Ron Francis. He caves on everything.
I guess, but I don't know.
I think Ron Francis is a shitty GM.
It's Gio.
He's a really good defenseman, dude.
I know, but I don't know.
You'd rather good Butskin over your former captain.
I don't know how
Gio?
are they gonna get Gio?
Good Butskin. That's the money right there.
I don't know if they're gonna take Goodbranson.
It's Seattle. They take Goodbranson. It's just a cap dump. What is Seattle playing for? Nothing.
I guess.
I thought you'd have a totally different opinion when I asked that. He's the former Flame captain.
I guess.
And you'd rather Gufferson play?
Well, I don't know. I guess just because they've done really well without Gio, so.
I don't think that's a Gio thing, though. I think that's a whole team thing. Like, I think they're finally pulling their heads out of their asses. Because I think the Flames were mediocre forever.
With
like
Gio.
Technically, yes, but I don't think that's... Gio won a fucking Norris trophy, dude.
Yeah, he did. That was the one insane year.
I don't think that was a Gio thing. I think that was more of a team thing. And you got to think, Markstrom's playing like a goalie. Last year, he was meh.
He got overplayed. He played almost every game.
And now they have a
Darth
freaking
Vlader.
So I think it's a good pickup. Colin Blackwell's underrated. Duels a lot of hits. I was looking at it was a Max Domi, Colin Blackwell comparison, and Colin Blackwell has like 60 hits and Domi has like 10.
Yeah.
And that also goes back to Max Domi, who is a Carolina Hurricane now. I think if you're not scoring, you got to throw the bod, bro. Not doing any of it. You're a big Max Domi fan.
I am.
He's okay. See what happens this summer. What if he goes with...
There was talk of him going to the Flames at the deadline. That would have been sick.
Because he's also the perfect Daryl Sutter player.
No, that's why I think that would have been sick.
Rough, tough, fast, feisty. He doesn't hit a lot, though. I don't know why. Maybe it's because...
Maybe Daryl would whip him into shape.
Daryl is a quote machine lately. Like, I feel like I'm always...
He's like, I'm not getting traded. He's like, might get fired. I'm not getting traded.
Brad Treliving and Daryl Sutter both had some pretty good quotes yesterday. Like what you just said. They were like, I don't remember what they asked him, but they were like, are you nervous or something for this deadline or whatever the fuck they asked him? And he's like, I'm not getting traded.
I might get fired.
And then Ryan Leslie, who's a Sportsnet reporter for the Flames, was interviewing Brad Treliving, and he's like, you couldn't have dressed up, even put on a tie or anything. And then Brad Treliving went, yeah, you got that. He was like, you got that like dollar store tie on her. He said something along those lines.
Yeah, or something like a fake tie or something.
He's like, you got that fake tie. And he's like, you could use one too. And I was like, Jesus, Brad. I was like, why are the Flames so quote worthy? It's interesting. Oh.
Brandon Hagel trade.
Yes, the Brandon Hagel trade. What do you think? Brandon Hagel to Tampa Bay for Boris Kachuk. Taylor Radish, and 2 first-round picks, I want to say.
I really like Brendan Hagel.
Fat price. Huge
Yeah,
price
2
to pay.
first. I don't know about that, though.
Have you seen the studies that have been done the last decade that shows players making the NHL, and there's not a big difference between a late first and like a 4th-round pick?
No.
Well, there's been studies shown, and they've crunched all the math, the numbers, and shit like that, nerd stuff. That
Nerds.
Players picked from like 20th overall to the 4th round, it's not a huge gap. Like I feel the numbers show like the top 10 to 20 is a pretty big gap, but then like 20 and onwards to like the 4th round, you don't really see that much of a difference. Like there's obviously it curves down. Obviously, 1st-round talent and 4th-round talent's a bit different, but the players who make the NHL and actually do impacts, it's not a huge difference. And if you look at what Tampa Bay did, they acquired a couple 4th-round picks from Chicago and they traded 2 firsts. So I wonder if they look at it like that it's not a huge difference. So let's make the trade while we can. I wonder if Florida does the same thing because the Florida teams had no problem trading 1st-round picks this deadline. I think they traded 4 in total, then 5 if you count the whole season. But Brandon Hagel, he's a great player.
Yeah.
2 more years at 1.5 after this one. Insane contract.
Ooh. Almost as good as MB, the contract.
No one's as good as MB. The MB contract's better because he's 2 years at $900K.
Almost like the best contract in the league.
I think he's definitely top 5.
That's such a good contract.
Because if you look at it, he's playing like a first-line player.
Yeah.
And I know people will make the argument, he's playing with Matthews and Marner. Richie played with Matthews and Marner. He didn't do that well.
He played with Goudreau and Lindholm.
He didn't do that well. Zach Hyman never played this well. Those are the only line mates they really had is Zach Hyman, Nick Ritchie. But $900K for 2 years for MB, Michael Bunting.
Yeah.
I don't think you or I could have ever predicted this when we started our Michael Bunting love.
Nope.
Because looking back, we used to make a lot of jokes about Michael Bunting on Arizona because we thought he was awesome. Then
and you're like, if he goes to the Leafs, I'm getting a jersey.
I got a Michael Bunting jersey for my birthday from you.
I did.
Well, it's mine now.
Yeah, but
I know I didn't purchase
never
it.
even wears it.
I don't wear a lot of jerseys, but I do wear the last jersey I
You
wore.
got mustard on it.
I didn't get mustard on it. I got pizza grease on it. It was on the sleeve. It wasn't a big part, and it was the day.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I didn't mean to. I was eating pizza. It dripped.
Yeah, the pizza at Rogers is really hard to eat.
It wasn't even that pizza.
Oh.
It was pizza I ate here. Because my buddy was like, I'm fucking starving. And we're like, that's cool, dude. And he's like, I'm going to get a pizza. You guys in? And I was like, fuck, yeah. So I dripped a little pizza grease on it.
But guy's like, ooh, I got Nick Bunting jersey.
Oh, my God. The drunk guy at the Leaf Oiler game turned around and go, wow, fuck, you got Nick Bunting jersey. First of all, this guy was hammered before the game even. This was like the first, like early in the first. He was like, what fuck, I have Nick Bunting jersey. I was like, yeah, Michael Bunting's awesome. He's like, oh, fucking name? Michael? I was like,
my God.
That was the same guy that looked at Hoomp when Hoomp went, if all these Leaf fans would just shut the fuck up, he turned around and went, what'd you say? And he took nothing. It was
just shut the fuck up.
He's like, because of the chants for it was, let's go Oilers, go Leafs, go. And it was 98% Leaf fans and then like a couple Oiler fans. So it was booming in my section. He was like, "Oh, fuck, Leaf fans will shut the fuck up." And that guy turned around and went, what'd you say? You went, nothing. I didn't say nothing.
That game was awesome.
That game was awesome.
And the game the Oilers get blown out is awesome.
Last time Wayne Simmons scored a goal.
Oh, man, Wayne.
It's been a while, Wayne.
Train, buddy.
A Wayne train has not put the puck in the net in a long time.
Jesus. I'll never forget that Morgan Riley goal because Nylander out-muscled McDavid and went around the net, and a guy behind me was like, "Oh, Willie Styles!" And then he dished it to Riley, and he sniped.
Another awesome thing about that goal is that was when Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl were on the ice at the same time, and Hump goes, "Oh, Connor and Leon on the ice, it's game over now." And then 30 seconds later, Morgan Riley scored, and he was like, huh. He was like, "Oh, now they're coming." And the Leafs scored like 20,
He always
25
does
seconds.
that.
30. He's like a bad luck charm, isn't he? Because what did he do at the Flame Oiler game?
He's like, "Bruh, the Flames suck balls," and then legit, he said that as Hannafin wound up to take a shot, and Lucic tipped it in, and he was like,
He's like a bad luck charm when it comes to shit like that. He'll be like, dude, and then a complete opposite will happen.
the time we were at the Canucks game and Nurse had the puck and he's like, "The doctor is in," and then he fell and turned it over.
Dude,
he's like, "Thank God the horn went off," and you're like, that means Vancouver scored.
Yes, that game, I don't remember who it was.
Tyler Grayevac.
Tyler Grayevac scored,
Schneip.
but people didn't know it went in the net, so they kept playing, and then the horn sounded to signal it's a goal, and Ryan went, "Thank God that horn went. The Oilers were under pressure. They needed that." And I went, "That means it's a goal." And he went, "Huh?" That's the time he was getting pizza, and we're like, "Granlund penalty."
We're like, Granlund slew-footed Markstrom.
He's like, "What?"
Oh, yeah, it was when Markstrom played for Vancouver.
You know who plays for Vancouver? Brad
Tyler
Richardson.
Myers.
Big Brad.
Yeah.
Flame
Thank
legend.
God. Brad Richardson sucks.
Would you rather Richardson or Lewis?
Lewis.
Brad Richardson, another Daryl Sutter guy. He was on that Kings team in 2012, I believe.
That's why they got him.
Yotes legend, too. He was actually not that bad with the
He
Yotes.
scored a 4-goal game with the Coyotes once.
Wasn't it in the playoffs?
No, it was against Vancouver. And he scored the series winner
That's what
against
I'm
Nashville.
thinking
Though
about.
I saw that live. That was hype.
Wasn't it like a weird bounce?
Yeah.
Because
It was like a weird rebound or went off as something and he scored. And I was like, "Oh!"
I remember that because that's what I was thinking about. Was fucking Brad Richardson's snipe.
I remember it was assisted by Hinestroza and Demers.
Hinny. Scored 2 goals against the Leafs in the outdoor game because Peter Mrazek is, bad.
He scored a goal and the shootout winner that game me and Hoop went to like 3 years ago. That was sick.
Who did he
Hammer Hard Eye set him up.
play? Hammer Hard Eyes that's an old ref. That's a long time ago.
It's like
Wasn't it just some
Hammer
chick?
Hard Eyes.
Wasn't it just some chick in the Coyotes comments like
She's like,
Hammer Hard Eyes?
Hard Eyes.
That's Nick Hjalmarsson for people that don't know. Hammer.
I like Nick Hjalmarsson.
He was a great defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't
Shot blocking king.
Chris Russell take notes? Actually, isn't Chris Russell like the most block shots ever?
Yes, but Nick Hjalmarsson.
Nick
was still pretty
Hjalmarsson
good.
take notes.
He was still pretty good.
Didn't Joel Quenneville storm out of a meeting when he found out that Hjalmarsson was traded?
Really?
Because they traded him right at the draft there, and I'm pretty sure he stormed out of the meeting.
I didn't know that.
Because Quenneville and Bowman never got along, and they just hated each other, and the reason that they kept Quenneville for so long was because they were winning cups. And they just hated each other, and he traded him. I think he stormed out of the
You
meeting.
fucking kidding me?
Because I remember it was right before the draft, and they made that Ranta deal.
Yeah, I remember that.
They made the Hjalmarsson deal. I think that was the same time. Could be wrong. Yeah, but he stormed out of the meeting because he was pissed that they traded his favorite player, which is fair. Nick Hjalmarsson's a great player, or he was a great player.
Mm-hmm.
Retired now. We're an hour 20 in. This episode's been flying.
There's lots to talk about.
Is there anything big you want to talk about more? We opened with Nick Leddy.
Yeah, Nick Leddy sucks, but
Has there been any big trades we missed?
no.
Joe Pavelski just scored on the Oilers, and Jason Robertson. Oilers didn't get a goalie.
Oh yeah, that fake Ken Holland's like, "Oh shit, I forgot the goalies."
You got to follow the fake Ken Holland on Twitter if you don't.
That actually made me laugh. He's like, "Oh shit, I forgot the goalies."
He tweets a lot of funny shit like that. But that's another thing is Ken Holland last season goes, "Can't go for it every year. That's why we got Kulikov." then this.
God, Ken, you need to go for it.
Well, they have two of the best players in the world, and Ken Holland.
Exactly, you gotta go for it.
Yeah, when you have two of the best players in the world, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to not go for it. And like, he checked the numbers, blah blah blah. But I think Ken Holland is a horrible GM, and I think he's proving to be incompetent at his job. He never got a goalie this offseason. He signed Smith to a 2-year deal. Didn't go get a goalie in trade deadline. I know the goalie market wasn't huge, but you couldn't get Wedgwood. Scott Wedgwood cost a fourth.
Yeah, Wedgwood's at least better than Schmiff.
And I think Ken Holland might be one of the worst GMs in the entire league. And I'm not just
I agree.
I'm not just dissing Edmonton to diss Edmonton, but it's not even an Edmonton issue. It's a Ken Holland issue. He didn't get a goalie this offseason. He didn't get a goalie at the trade deadline. He didn't even go for it at the trade deadline. Like, I get Brett Kulak's a cool story because he's from here. It's actually pretty cool. My grandpa knows Brett Kulak's family.
That's actually cool.
Because they're from here. So Brett Kulak.
Second round pick.
It's a big price.
I know.
They paid a second round. Montreal fucking won that deadline. We could also talk about that because they got a
second round pick for Brett Kulak.
Well, they first round pick for Sherratt, second for Brett Kulak. They got a second and Justin Barron, who was a first round pick for Lehkonen. I think there might be more, but yeah, Ken Holland is not a great GM. He didn't get this goalie. He got a pretty solid defenseman, but.
Yeah, Brett Kulak's not terrible, but
Brett Kulak's a good defenseman, but he wasn't cracking the lineup in the playoffs last season for Montreal. And if he's playing above your top six, I think you have an issue on defense, which I think the Oilers do have an issue on defense. The thing with Edmonton's defense is they have a huge quality of defensemen. It's just, I mean, they have a huge quantity of defensemen, but the quality is ass. Like, Nurse is pretty good. Bouchard's really good. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
Bouchard's a really good defenseman.
I like Bouchard.
Barry's not great. He's overpaid. Keith is overpaid, not great. Cece's overpaid, not great. Kulak's a pretty solid defenseman. He's making they overpaid for him, but that's not a Kulak thing. Who am I missing? Chris Russell's not great. Who?
Niemelainen.
Yeah, Marcus Niemelainen. They also traded William Lagesson in that trade. So they traded the younger defenseman and a second-round pick for Brett Kulak, and it just doesn't make sense. This reminds me of Ken Holland's first season when he went Andreas Athanasiou for 2 second-round picks.
How long's Kulak's contract?
I think he's up after this year.
Oh, man.
Second-round pick for a rental.
Oh, my God.
They also got Derek Brassard, and Derek Brassard's a fine player, but if you've been on... I think it was 9 teams in the last 6 years.
There's something wrong.
There's either something wrong with the player or he's just not very good. And not to diss Derek Brassard, but I think he's just not very good.
I once saw him score like 9 seconds into a game against the Oilers when he was with Columbus. I remember
that's a long time ago.
I remember he took a clapper like just inside the blue line along the ice, and Happy Boolin let it in 5-hole. And my dad was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because I remember that was our first Oiler game that year, and my dad was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "We just bought these tickets, and that's how they start."
9 seconds in.
And I'm like, Nikolai.
I don't think I ever saw the Oilers give up a goal that quick, and I think the quickest I saw was Game 3 against Anaheim, and they did that trick play, and Ricard Raquel scored.
I'll never forget. This was 2 years. It was the year that Kachuk lit up Cassian.
So but it was the COVID year, right?
Yeah, it was the first Battle of Alberta. This one was in Edmonton. I remember Calgary won 5-1, and I remember Mangiapane scored like 12 seconds in.
They really struggled with Mangiapane that year. They struggle with him every year, it seems. But to go back to...
Oh, the Oilers?
Yeah, not the Flames. Yeah, the Flames don't struggle with him.
Mangiapane and Lindholm are kind of Oiler killers.
Oh, yeah.
McDavid's a Flame owner, pretty much.
He is pretty
Other than last game. They did nothing last game.
Connor McDavid's been kind of cold lately. For Connor McDavid standards, like I think he's still putting up like a insane amount of points, but Connor standards, I think it's pretty low.
Yeah.
To wrap Ken Holland, no, like if the Oilers,
we've been up and down like a toilet seat.
He's a good quote. I'll give him that. He can.
So you can't win 5-4.
Yes, you can. you literally can.
You literally can.
That you can't win 5-4. Yes, you can win anyway.
You could win 8-7, or how'd the Leafs win 10-7?
You can win 16-1.
Sure, but you can't win 5-4.
That's illegal. The game gets canceled if you win 5-4. No, but to wrap Ken Holland and the Oilers, Oiler fans deserve better. Hump, if you're listening, you deserve better. Ken Holland's not doing your team. He's doing it. He's not doing it justice. You have two of the best players in the world, arguably number 1, and I would say number 4. I don't think Leon Draisaitl's top 3. And that's a hot topic. I would love to go revisit our first episode picks. Do you remember when we did that?
Yes.
Because we ranked like top defensemen, top forwards, top goalies. I want to go back to that one day. Maybe we do it sometime in the near future because I want to see what we had and how it stands up now. Because I remember I had Cal Peterson pretty high. I also had UC Saros pretty high. So
did I.
I'll take that one. You had got John Gibson like number 2 though.
Yeah, I think I had him 2 or 3, and I think I also had Nedeljkovic in there.
I think that's worse than Peterson.
I think Nedeljkovic might have been 5.
I think that's worse than Peterson.
To be fair, Nedeljkovic kind of on an ass team now, but
what are you gonna do? I think he's a big reason on why they're that bad. He can't stop a fucking beach ball, dude.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think any Detroit goalie can stop a beach ball. Like that Leaf game where they won 10-7, they pulled Nedeljkovic, and then Grice came in, and then they re-pulled Grice.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
And they put Nedeljkovic back in.
At least Detroit has Sider and Raymond. Those guys are insane.
Second and third best rookie.
Yeah.
Behind MB. My boy.
Oh, boy.
I think it's he's been fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
That's a topic for another day.
So is Raymond and Sider. I think Sider might win I almost said Norris, the Calder.
It's probably going to be Sider, but I don't think Raymond's had a better season than Michael.
Yeah, probably not.
I think Sider has, because he's putting up those points as a D-man and he's playing good defense.
Sider's really good.
He's a good player, dude.
Yeah,
but I'm a Michael Bunting
like
fan.
19.
He's older. He can't only
20?
be 19. If he's 19, then holy fuck. I think he's got to be 20, maybe 21. Probably 20. I'll go with 20.
Really?
When did he get drafted? A couple years ago?
I think so.
He'd be older.
20.
Yeah.
Oh, he's turning 21. Okay.
Old man. Oh, he shouldn't qualify then. No, but to wrap, Ken Holland, bad. That's all I have to say. You have to be better, Ken. I think the Oilers will continuously be in this hole until they get a new GM. And I think it'll be an awesome day when Connor McDavid requests a trade out of Edmonton and comes home to Toronto. Is there anything big you want to hit before we wrap the show? Because we're almost an hour and a half in. Colby?
No.
No.
Sorry, I was checking to see if there was a goal.
Cody Flame updates.
Yeah, there was a goal. It's 3-1.
Who scored?
Oh, Michael Backlund.
Ooh, if it's not Lucic, it doesn't count. It's 1-0.
It's 3-1.
No Lucic goals doesn't count. No Lucic or Beagle.
That game that Richie scored, Lucic also scored. Could you imagine being at that game?
You got to see a Lucic chest pound. Like that's like you're like, could you imagine being at that game? You were at the game to be to.
I kind of been a Lucic good luck charm this year. I've been to 4 games. If that goal in preseason didn't get called off, Lucic would have scored in 3 of the 4 games I've been to.
And he took a penalty that preseason game.
And the game against Winnipeg, he got a game misconduct because he blew up Dylan DeMello from behind, and I was laughing. Lucic was like,
I saw him score in the playoffs against San Jose. It was on the power play, I think.
Wasn't it 5-hole?
I think so, because I think he shot it from for some reason they had Milan Lucic like up on the point. Then I was like thinking about it now, like what a horrible choice to put on the point. Like,
oh dude, whenever the Lucic gets the puck at the blue line in Flames games, you know I'll shitted my pants.
If he's not parking his ass in front of the net, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, man, Lucic, don't go to the point, man. That makes me scared.
Lucic makes me scared.
No, he does when he gets to the point, and I'm like, just Throw it in the corner, please. My mom's like, come on, Lou.
Remember that time that the Flames got like lit up and your mom went, Code, at least they got 30 shots.
I'm like, I don't care if they're losing 7-1.
At least they got 30 shots.
I remember they had more shots.
Who were they playing? The Oilers?
Yeah, it was last year. Oh my God, the Flames were a dumpster fire last year.
Remember
Jeez.
when it was the practice game before the bubble and Hump went, Oilers Flames, this one's about to be chippy. Like they haven't played hockey.
Patrick Russell scored that game, and Ryan is like, Oilers are going all the way. And then they lost to Chicago.
Ryan is a bad luck charm.
I remember Matthew Highmore scored the game me and Ryan were watching, and I was like... And then I remember Ethan Bear scored on himself to give Chicago the win, and Ryan was like...
Dude, here that's the thing is like... He definitely is a bad luck charm, and it's not talked about enough because the amount of bad shit that happens to his team or just teams that he's talking about, it's fucking crazy. That time we were at a baseball game and he turned his back to the play and just was eating chicken fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, we are just about an hour and a half in. I think it's time to wrap. Unless there's anything you want to hit, but you said no. Do you want to plug anything, Code? You're on Twitter now.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
What's your at?
Cody Misyk. Vegas kind of sucks.
Oh, yes, Vegas. We didn't talk about Evgeny.
Dude, they're losing 2-0 right now, and they're out shooting Winnipeg 39-18.
Connor Hellebuyck, baby.
Holy crap.
That's Vegas' season in a nutshell. We didn't talk about Evgeny Dadonov, but talk about that next episode.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
He might or might not be getting traded. We forgot to talk about him. Okay, next episode.
It's Evgeny though.
Yeah, it's not like it's like Giroux. Follow Cody on Twitter. Also on Instagram. I assume it's Cody Misyk as well.
I probably won't accept on Instagram because I only follow people I know.
Don't follow Cody
But
on
Twitter,
Instagram.
I'll probably accept because I don't care about Twitter.
Also, follow our TikTok and our Instagram. Misyk and Maat Sports Talk on Instagram and TikTok. You can follow me on Twitter too and Instagram. It's Ethan Matt, ETHAN MAAT. You want to check out our website. It's in my bio. It's also in Misyk and Maat Sports Talk bio. I don't know if it's in yours or not.
My bio says M&M Sports Talk. That's not our website, but that's this.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yep.
You can listen to this on. You should follow us on SoundCloud, YouTube, and we're newly on Apple Podcasts.
You could watch my marketing project on YouTube.
Yeah, follow Cody on YouTube. Cody Misyk.
Same as everything.
That we make it pretty easy for you guys. No, but follow our TikTok. We're gonna be bringing more content. The more content, the better, right?
Yeah.
Like we already have one post on TikTok. It's I don't remember what it is. It's a clip from one of our episodes, and look for more because we're gonna be posting more and on Instagram as well.
Ryan's like, I can shit my pants.
Yes.
And you're like, we're recording, and he's like, I know, and then he's like, wait, what?
Yeah, he's like, I know, and he's like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
Doesn't listen.
He doesn't listen. But follow us there. Follow us on YouTube, SoundCloud. It's all Misyk and Maat Sports Talk. We'll be back.
Go buy some M&Ms.
We're in a 2-episode schedule from now on. Or at least we'll try our hardest.
I won't be on this weekend. I'm in Calgary watching Louis.
I would rather be watching Louis. You should take a video.
Watch a game.
You should take
I'll
videos.
be on the goat side for warm-up.
You should take videos for our Instagram and TikTok.
I'll be like Flames game, and I'll be like...
Why not? Do it.
I'll be like, Mom, video me, and I'll be like, everyone around me will be like...
Content creator.
Okay. Like, we won't be in it?
We love our audience.
I'll bring a sign to the game, be like, M&M Sports Talk.
Do
like,
it.
Bear it.
No, do it. That would be awesome, dude. What if M&M Sports Talk gets on TV?
I'd be like...
Do it, dude. That would be sick.
Oh, my gosh.
Come on. That would be dope. Anything for that.
I get asked so many questions. You're like, what's that?
My podcast.
Like,
check it out. We love you guys. That's episode 23. We'll be back for 20.